Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Let's see. I'm just sharing this stuff out real quick here. Let's see. Oh my God. Crazy, crazy shit in the world today. And I'm telling you, this world is nuts. Seriously is. All right, let's try this parlor crap again. I hate this thing. Then I gotta log in, and then it wants to send my phone a code, and I gotta do this CAPTCHA crap. Aye. Okay, got that. Now I gotta do the phone verification. Jesus. Okay. There we go. So annoying. Okay, there we go. Alright, just share this link out real quick here. Alright. There we go. All right, here we are. Scott Coons, good to see you, man. Angry Southpaw, the supposed white supremacist. Oh man, that was funny. And I heard you got person after person coming up to you after I left, still asking you, well, are you with the white supremacists? It's fucking ridiculous, man. God, you know, I get it. Hi. Greg Wiles, good to see you. Captain Deplorable. Kenosha was a joke today. It really was. Greg Milthaler, good to see you. Tom Jones. Tom Jones. I want to talk about that today. The NFAC coming at it. I'm gonna cover Kenosha real quick, and then I'll come back to that. Happy Hour Al, man, good to see you. Not as angry as I was yesterday. Today, having a great day, but can't do too much. All right, cool. Well, good to have you with us, man. And LFR, that's right. Let freedom ring. Hi. James Beaver, good to see you, man. Brenda and Curtis Summers, I saw you on earlier. Appreciate y'all sticking with the show, sticking with the channel. Captain Deplorable, thank you, man. Talking to the one of the organizers, his group never showed up. It was good interview, good talk I had with him. It was crazy, because there was supposed to be a group there. Originally, they said they were going to be there at noon, which was what I was going for. But then, when I looked on my way there, just to confirm which park it was at, make sure I was headed to the right one. The time had changed to 11. So they changed that somewhat last minute. Nobody showed up for that. This guy's thing was at 12:30. Nobody showed up for that. He was pissed. The only people who did show up was a bunch of college students from local college. One of the teachers drug him out there. It probably is part of what is that? The civics class or whatever, where you got to, learn about government and stuff like that. It's probably some bullshit like that. They were probably, more than likely, they were ordered to be there by the teacher. You want a passing grade, you got to be here. So yeah, they were out there, and that was it. And I saw that's all it was a college class. That's not the group who's going to burn shit down. Hell, it wasn't even the local antagonist. It was it was just a college class. That was a joke. And no white supremacists, none whatsoever. Me and Angry Southpaw were probably the closest thing you could call it, and neither one of us are. So we were both out there. I got to meet him. Good guy. His wife was out there too. Awesome people. So yeah, unfortunately, go figure. Bad intel from the police. So yeah, it sucks. Let's see. Be happy, King Q, David Q. Awesome. God bless all. Thank you. Double K. NFAC was in Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana. Today, I wanted to talk about that a little bit, just a little bit after we cover a little bit more with this Kenosha deal. So, let's see. Dana M. Malone Melendrez, good to see ya. Yeah, it was a good conversation, Captain Deplorable. Exactly, LFR. Indoctrination via civics class. Gotta love it. They probably get, if they had a failing grade, that was how they make up for it. Totally. Look, y'all are failing, so you got to come to this as extra credit. That's the only way you're going to pass the class. I could totally see that happening. But yeah, it was a joke. I mean, I'm glad to see the town looks like it's recovering a little bit. They're still in fear. That town is still afraid. Oh, thank you. I love Deadpool, one of my favorites. The actor, not so much anymore. He's a Biden loving idiot. But I like Deadpool. Good character. Deadpool is almost a mascot for what I call the delinquent deplorables. And that is the crew that we need. Deadpool is essentially the mascot of the delinquent deplorables. Breach WTP 3% Illinois. I'm looking forwad to Naperville tomorrow too. Naperville is going to be awesome. Hopefully it's a huge rally for Trump. There's going to be, some militia crews out there running security. Looking forward to that. I'm going to go live when we're out there, show the support that's going on out there, and crews doing what they should, making sure everything stays safe. So that's tomorrow. As far as Kenosha today, super disappointed. Not disappointed that that there wasn't some giant clash between white supremacists and BLM. I mean, who really wants violence? I don't know. I get there are those people. Like, that's what YouTube is built on. YouTube is built on people who want to see people get fucked up. Our country, NASCAR. That's what NASCAR is. That's what football is. We watch that shit because we want to see violence. We want to see something pop up. I don't watch NASCAR to watch people make left turns all day. I want to see a crash. I don't watch football because I want to see them move the pigskin. That's not a thing. I want to see them bumping heads and ripping each other up. That's what I want to see. But people tune into this stuff because they want to see violence. They want to see confrontation. They want to see conflict. Controversy. Controversy sells. That's the problem with our country now. Everything is all about pushing out the controversy, pushing out the narrative of violence and danger and fear. And I don't want to see it, but if it's supposed to happen, I'm gonna go there and show what's happening. Nothing happened. There was nobody there. Even for BLM, I felt bad. Like, all they had was a couple of college students out there. This is the best showing you can get. Like, this is why our country will never change, because BLM can't even get people out. Our country will not change. This is a sad state we're in. The right can't get people to get together for change. The left can't get people together for change. You can't get people off of the fucking couches. It's a screwed up world, man. Leanna Deco, all sports were infiltrated because of the captured fan base watching. That's why we've been seeing more weird mid-time shows. Yeah, that's true. T-Bird Punk, they have to import their agitators. Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. Anna Jones, good to see you. But they do. When I talked to local guys on Wednesday night, the night after the Kyle thing, what they told me flat out was that during the nights of violence, what they constantly heard was that Chicago was here to show Wisconsin how it's done. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing. And Bama beat the shit out of Texas A&M. All right. Double K, sports are garbage. They absolutely are. Yeah, they were only there to control the people. And just touch on that real quick. Sports absolutely is the modern day gladiators of Rome. It is there to allow us, those who have a little bit of an animal side or a lot of an animal side, to release that energy into watching somebody else. That's what superheroes are about. That's what all of that is about. It's about being able to release that energy without committing violence, without overthrowing governments, without doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know. Angry Southpaw. Yeah, the guy with the dreadlocks he was the organizer who nobody showed up for. He was supposed to have people from Milwaukee and Racine showing up, and nobody shows up. Nobody shows up. Poor kid. And it seems like he's trying to do things the right way. I mean, he's got bad information. He doesn't know totally where his head's at or what he's thinking. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Let me see. Leonard Ross, good to see you, man. Double K, Protocols of the Learned Elders of My Zion. Look it up. That will tell you all you need to know about sports. Yeah. Oh, Mount Zion. Gotcha. Where was that? Most BLM rallies. This is T-Bird Punk. Most BLM rallies outside of major cities consist of a few white college girls. Yeah, absolutely. And interesting thing, like we heard the same thing in Louisville when the night that it got really it got crazier with what they were doing. They were actually out trying to set more fires. I think it was night 4. That is what we heard, that they bust in a bunch of people. Chicago was there, stuff like that. So, yeah, they're bringing in outside people for these things. That's how they get rough and violent. Because it ain't their city. They don't care. They don't give a shit. So yeah, thank you, LFR. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you got the notifications on, and most importantly, please share this out. I put it out to a few places, but we got to get more. We got to get this thing shared out to as many people as possible. The comments are great. Those are super helpful for the algorithm. But honestly, the algorithm is designed right now to shut voices like mine, like Angry Viking, like any kind of conservatives, to shut them down. Our power is in our ability to share this thing out to other people. That is how we grow. That is how we reach more people, is in sharing this stuff. So if you can, please take just a second, share this out, whatever social media you're on. Much appreciated, guys, if you can do that. So just grab the link, drop it in a Facebook group you're in, whatever. Text it out to a few people. Hey, hop on here, check it out, whatever you want to do. But yeah, Kenosha was a joke. There was no reason in reality that the Angry Viking needed to cancel. Obviously for safety reasons he did, because there was the threat of what was going on. But with what really occurred, he could have kept going. I mean, you got to make a call as the leader based on intel you got, and I get that totally. It just sucks that it was shitty information, and this is what was actually there, and the cops fed him. It had to have been the cops, in my opinion, that fed him bad information. And Angry Southpaw, I think, even potentially confirmed that most likely is the case, that it was bad intel in order to keep him from there, to make him worried for his people and the cause and the reputation that might get attached to him. So let's see. T-Bird Punk, thoughts on Trump COVID impact on debates before election. Between him and between him and Chris Christie coming down with it, I think I think this is gonna be used to kick us into wave 2, into the second shutdown of this whole thing. Hey, James Beasley, good to see you, man. I think that's what's going to happen. From what I'm hearing, Trump's recovering fast. It's been like 24 hours since he's had any kind of fever or symptoms or anything like that. So, I don't think there's going to be anything, unless the extreme, David Icke crazies are right, and he's being swapped out for a pod person right now. I don't see anything coming from this other than it'll be used with momentum. Dude, Captain, you got to chill, man. If you keep posting that stuff, I'm gonna boot you, man. I don't want to. I like you. Appreciate your help. Appreciate you being here, but you got to chill, dude. You got to knock it off. Anyway, so what I was saying is that's the only thing I see coming is they're going to use this as momentum for starting wave 2 of the lockdowns. Honestly, that's what I see. But other than that, here's what I wanted to discuss. I don't know how many of y'all saw the video of Lafayette. That was crazy. Somebody sent me the link. I hopped on towards the end there. You want to see something interesting? Whose is it? It's News to Share. What's his name? Fred Ford or something. Whatever the hell his name is. His feed out there. Check out around 2 hours and 47 minutes and 38 seconds. If you look at that, that's when the most important verbiage comes out. Grandmaster Vajayjay, Grandmaster Jam, and the No Fucking Around crew, this is when he gives the important details of the speech that we all should have been paying attention to. And what he says is they have filed with the World Court, right? For liberation and refugee status of all descendants of slavery. So the 60 million black population here in the U.S., even if it's just, percentages of black, anybody who falls into that category, they are now being going before the World Court to potentially get refugee status from the United States. And he says, what I am building, y'all, is a nation inside a nation, essentially. Like, he doesn't flat out say that, but what he does say is that a nation gets reparations from another nation, not people, not a color. So he's building a nation inside the U.S. by separating blacks from the U.S. That's what he's doing on behalf of all blacks. His little whatever he had, couple hundred people that actually showed up, because it wasn't the 1,500 that he showed up with at some point in time. This was a couple hundred. But his couple hundred people. Let's even go on the large side and say he's got a couple thousand. His couple thousand are separating all blacks, all slave descendants from America, removing their citizenship from them on their behalf, with the World Court trying to get them refugee status from the United States. Now, this is important for a very specific reason, okay? Refugees have rights in countries, and if the World Court is the one doing it, it can be enforced by the UN. Actually, there was a great article, well, not a great article, but an interesting article full of information from fightingwords.net. It was United Nations Human Rights Council holds session on racism in the United States. And what they are finding is that there is systemic racism in the United States. The United States is a horrible, horrible place that just kills black people at random. And, just we are horrible, horrible country. So the UN is going to be coming after the U.S. Soros is already pushing this agenda. Soros is pushing for the UN to believe that the U.S. is this horrible, horrible place because Trump will not buy into the socialism bullshit. Now, I think somebody needs to inform Trump that we are already a socialist nation. We are already a socialist country. It's been that way for decades. Sorry. The push is towards communism. It's not towards socialism. The push is towards a full-on communist country. The People's Communist Republic of America. That's what the push is right now. And this is part of it, okay? This is another thing. This was started with... what the hell? George Floyd's family calling for the UN to come in and help the U.S. This all, actually, Leonard Ross, great question. So what does the World Court have to do with us? This all traces back to Obama. Obama started giving power to outside government bodies like the UN. He started giving power over our country to them. We are not supposed to have any influence from outside countries. Essentially, they are supposed to be considered a foreign power inside the U.S., and they are immediately an enemy. But Obama did a lot to undo that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Clinton and the Bushes before that all did kind of the same thing. Raymond Rosenberry, welcome. Grey Wolf Pratt, welcome. Who else? Did we have anybody else up on? I think that's all I saw. This is the trouble, guys. This is the trouble. This is going to be another issue that they're pushing to get the UN to start doing shit in this country. The UN is already in America. They already have military forces inside America. Not to mention, they're just a hop, skipping a stone's throw away from me here in Illinois, up in Canada. They also have troops down in Mexico. So, I mean, like, this could be crazy. This could be crazy if the UN feels that the U.S. is some kind of totalitarian, racist military state that is just punishing black people for no reason. And they decide they want to get involved in our country. If that happens, the UN could come in and try to shut things down. Now, I don't think Trump's going to allow it. I do think Biden would. I think Biden would absolutely. Hell, I think Biden would fucking invite him in. And this is part of the reason why it is important who's president. It actually is. Good question. Tom Jones. How the fuck are we racist against black people when we had a black president? I don't know. Honestly, if there's racism in this country today, I believe the racism is against white people. Honestly, like, the systemic racism that there is against white people. It's not against black people. All privilege. There is no white privilege. There's black privilege nowadays. Honestly, I mean, just factually, like, this shit can be backed up by fact. Like, it absolutely can. If you're a white male, you're the most screwed in this country of any other race or sex. Like, that is the worst demographic to possibly be in. You have the least amount of opportunity is to be a white male. That is the least amount of opportunity in this country, period. Whatever. But, yeah. Yeah, I know. I love that, Raymond Rosemary. That was one of the best, my favorite parts of that, when Biden said, "I am the Democrat Party," reminded me of Judge Dredd. I am the law. I am the law. I am the Democrat Party. I am. Stupid fucker. Oh God. At least he was able to string those words together, without tripping over them. And Leonard Ross, we the people did not agree to let the UN in our country, so we can fight them if need be, right? Correct. Yeah. They are an invading force. And quite honestly, if the world court grants black people in U.S., 60 million black people, if it grants them refugee status, that cancels their citizenship. Honestly, the simple fact of Grandmaster Vijay petitioning the UN and the World Court to be considered refugees gives up his right as a U.S. citizen. He technically should no longer be considered a U.S. citizen, and therefore his group should not be considered U.S. citizens, and therefore, since they are a militant group, they should be considered a foreign military force inside U.S. borders. That's my personal opinion of it. And as such, it should be shut down because they don't have a Second Amendment right. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you don't have protections of the Constitution and the amendments thereof. You don't have those protections. So, yeah, no, you don't get to open carry. You don't get to carry at all. You don't have those rights. You are not a U.S. citizen. You are not granted the rights of U.S. citizens. And quite honestly, if you don't want to be here, get the fuck out. That's how refugees work. You become a refugee in a different country from the country you were afraid to go back to. You don't be a refugee in the country still. That's not, oh my God. Imagine that. Imagine, people in I don't know, in Cuba, say, as Cuba went socialist. Imagine them staying in Cuba and yeah, cool, I'm a refugee. You guys can't touch me. I just, just so you're aware, I'm not taking your socialist stuff, and I'm not following your orders. Okay, cool, gotcha. All right, it would not fly. Are you kidding me? You would be shot. That's how communism works. Tom Jones. They are shitting on our flag and our country while they eat our food. They want the cake and eat it too, making up rules as they go along. And quite honestly, here's my opinion. You want reparations? You got reparations. If you're on welfare, you got reparations from the government already. If you got a good job and you get paid well, you got reparations. Your reparations in this country, no matter what color, what race you come from, is the freedom to excel. That's what it is. The opportunities this country offers. Those are your reparations for whatever the hell happened. And if you choose not to take them, that's your fucking problem, not mine, not the rest of the country. Because you know what? My people have never owned slaves in this country. My people came over here during World War I and World War II. They did not ever own slaves, so I don't owe you shit. Not a thing. My great grandfather, whatever, on the on my dad's side, he was an orphan. He came to this country across, from Ireland. And he was an orphan. He traveled all the way across from New York to Washington State, and built a life, built a family for himself, all that good stuff. On the other side, my grandmother came here. My grandmother came over here during World War II when she was 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there. She was not 18 yet. She came over here, had to start a brand new life for herself, did a thing, and figured it out and survived. She figured out the opportunity that this country offers. They both did, and I grew up lower middle class. Hey, that was my opportunity. But you don't start off with a bunch of shit. That ain't how it works. You start off with nothing. Everybody does. Welcome to life. And you build from there. Hold on. I'm going to scroll back for a few comments. T-Bird Punk. I don't trust the Canadians to the north or the EU to the east. They'd all love to import their almost communism to us via blue helmets. Yes, they would. Tom, let's see, I read that one. DJ Isolated, good to see you, man. What's the scuttlebutt on UN training equipment and numbers? I mean, the UN is about as pretty similarly trained to most regular military forces. They do have bases here. There was video of Charleston, I think it was, South Carolina, showing a military garage that had a bunch of UN Humvees. They are here. They are here. They do have forces here. Grey Wolf Brat, they should be deported at this point. I 100% agree. Leonard Ross. Now, will black people be able to choose whether they want to be a refugee or not? That's not the way that DJ Grandmaster Vajayjay should be DJ Vajayjay, and the no fucking around crew. I don't know how that works. Whatever. That's not the way he's doing it. He's filing on behalf of all descendants of slavery. Period. You were all classified as that per the World Court in what he filed, supposedly. I haven't read the actual thing. I looked for it. There was nothing online about it. So he said, "Oh, it's available, on the World Court." I don't know. I looked. It wasn't. So if anybody can find that, great. Check it out. Send me a link. Let's see. Empty Pockets Garage James. Hey, that's a funky name. The day they try to take my weapon is the day I become an outlaw. Honestly, James, I think that day needs to come before then, because the day they come for your weapon is the day you're not prepared for. They will be. And honestly, that day should come before then. And that's why I've been pushing. We need to get organized. We need to get coordinated. We need to get together. Keep pushing it. Reached 3% when I was in Louisville, ran into BLM from Minnesota. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, we're all over the place. They've all from all over. Let's see. Tom Jones. UN surely has seen the threats made by this man on his videos, knowing that he is a joke. Honestly, quite frankly, I don't think the UN cares. The UN is not interested in that. Like they are going in a very specific direction, and they have been for some time. If you watched at all, the UN is propping China up as this beautiful example of what America could be, what the rest of the world could be. They're trying to. They don't like the fact that America has been the standard. The world economy is kind of based on the American dollar, like it pretty much is. They want to switch that to China. They want to switch everything to China and use China as the example. So the UN is not an American-loving organization, and especially with Trump in there, they have the rhetoric has been very much anti-America. Trump is an enemy because he's essentially trying to lead us away from socialism. He's not doing it very fast, unfortunately, which we really need. And I don't think he's fully up to speed on everything that he should be, because he's been in business for so long. I don't think he's really seeing it from a truly patriotic point of view, like through the eyes of the founding fathers. If he was, I think he'd go, holy crap, we need to just change everything. But anyway, so Trump is an enemy of the UN. The U.S. is an enemy of the UN. The U.S. With President Trump as the leader of America, even worse in their mind. So they want to shut both down. That is 100% the goal. They need to shut us down. T-Bird Punk, the Back to Africa movement post-Civil War was a flop for a reason. NFAC could head over to Liberia if they really hate the U.S. Absolutely. I think they need to go. You want to leave the country, go for it. There are planes. You are free to go whenever you would like. We have daily flights out of this country, multiple. You are free to go wherever you'd like. You think it's better somewhere else? Please give it a shot. I invite you to leave. And if only that was a thing, wouldn't that be great? If people who didn't want to be here just left. Zim87, just want your opinion, brother. What do you think about a digital currency using COVID as an excuse to get rid of dirty money? I think it's the worst fucking thing. I think it's happening. It's absolutely happening. I think they are pushing that. You see everywhere now. It's not just a couple of places anymore. It's everywhere. This bullshit about the no change crap. It's everywhere. Everywhere that they don't have change. And the goal is to drive it to a digital currency. And I think it's totally New World Order backed. 100%. Because if they control the money, they control everything. They can shut it off. They can alter the value of it as they want. It's crazy. If y'all want to see a really kick-ass movie with a really good underlying point, Time something. It's a Justin Timberlake movie. Hold on, damn it. It's a great one. Out of Time. What? Time. Not Once Upon In Time. In Time. It's a 2011 film with Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried. I don't know, whatever. I can't pronounce this shit. Great movie. What they do in that movie is they basically substitute. They figure out how to make people live forever, and immortal beings, right? And what they do in order to control that is they make time. The time on your they have these little clocks in their arms, and when they run out, you die. When the clock runs out, you die, and the currency is time now. It's no longer money. You pay for coffee in minutes. You get paid for your job in hours. And that's how it goes. But that movie, they control the value of everything. And as this guy becomes an outlaw and he starts fighting the system and stealing money and giving it back to the people, they just adjust with inflation, and it all becomes worth nothing. So it doesn't matter. More people are dying. The same amount of people are dying, and that's how they do it. They control it via the money, and that's the scary part. Is they are going to control all of the money via digital currency. I've never been a fan of Bitcoin or any of that crap, because it's a move in that direction, and it's meant to gen us in to get us comfortable with this idea, and once we're on board with it, and you've got people cheering for it and wanting it, then they control everything, because there is no gold backing. There's no backing to it whatsoever. There's nothing. There's not even an actual physical thing for you to hold. You're completely in the system. There is no off-grid anymore. It's all controlled. Happy Hour Al, the UN just wants to disband the United States of America, trash our Constitution, bring us into a one-world government. Absolutely. Raymond Rosenberry, socialism is going to be easier to get into than out of. We don't need any more of it. You're 100% right. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, the chain shortage is bullshit. Absolutely, LFR. And they want total control. T-Bird, honestly, I expect things to go nuts about a week before the election. I'm thinking end of October, things are going to start going crazy. And then come election day, I think it's going to start to go insane, because Trump's not the guy who's going to yeah, cool, everything's in my favor, I'm not going to say anything, we're winning by a lot, I'm just going to keep quiet. No, he's going to start talking. Social media is going to start shutting it down, and people are going to start flipping the fuck out. And yeah. Oh, Zim87, do you notice the whole pedophile elite island thing is silent right now? Yeah, it is. I keep hearing little bits and pieces here and there about children being rescued. And again, I don't think that whole pedophile ring this is all a cover up for that. I don't believe that crap. I believe it's another symptom of the disease in this country. It's equal. We have a truly screwed up country right now, where so much is backwards, and this is normal. If you look throughout history, pedophilia runs rampant, sexual confusion runs rampant, and with the whole transgender thing, the whole ramp up in homosexuality, like all of that starts to run rampant in a society that is so overpopulated and near its own destruction. And even if you look throughout species of animals, it's typical. That is a normal thing. The Roman Empire. Into the Roman Empire, they had little boys in the bathhouses available to screw whenever you wanted. Little boys, little girls, didn't matter. You could do whatever you want. It was normal. Boys were girls. Girls were boys. It didn't matter anymore. It is the end of a civilization, and either we the people, not the fucking system. The system is not going to fix itself, guys. We can't depend on Trump. I think the guy's good-hearted. I think his head's in the right direction, but he's not going to fix it. The system is not going to fix itself. Police are not going to fix themselves. The government and politicians are not going to fix themselves. Lawyers are not going to fix this for us. So everybody who's like, well, just file a lawsuit, that's not going to fix it. Well, just fill out a petition. That's not going to fix it. The system is not going to fix itself. We will not fix this by joining the system and trying to fix it through the system. That's not how it's going to be done. We, the people, have to take it back. And that includes getting the left with us. Honestly, the ones like I talked to today who aren't fucking extremist brainwashed nut jobs need to be with us. Yeah, I mean, knocking heads we're about there. Some heads need to start getting knocked. Quite honestly, Tom, we need to take it back. If we don't take it back, it's not gonna work. We have to take it back, and we need to start having the conversations with the left. Those in the left who want change, because they want the change too. That's the messed up part. Many of them are being led in the wrong direction. Like this kid I talked to today, I doubt he has a fucking clue that the leaders of BLM are Marxist, and they actually don't like him. If he's a straight black male, I don't know that he's straight or not. I didn't ask. But he appears to be a black male. I mean, from what I could tell. I don't know what he identifies as or whatever the hell. Then he is the enemy of BLM. They want to destroy him too. So I doubt he knows that. I doubt he knows that. I doubt he knows that that's part of the Antifa playbook. They don't want cisgendered males, especially white cisgendered males, but any cisgendered males really are bad. So like that's the issue, right? They don't even know the organizations they're with. They know, and they can see things are screwed up. They can see it. They know it. We know it. But we're all going in the wrong direction. We need to get all the people who see this thing is screwed up together, develop a new declaration of independence, and take this country back for we the people. A government for the people, by the people. That's what we have to do. If we don't do that, we will be lost. It will be a civil war that we're fighting with people who really believe the same shit we believe, to a degree, but there's some small minor division in there, and it'll turn into complete chaos. And then that's when the UN comes in and they clean house a little bit, and then after that's done, then China invades, or maybe even Russia. I don't know, but that's when they start wiping us out. It's crazy. It's crazy. T-Bird Punk, Trump, if we're lucky, has 4 more years. After that, the show resumes. 4 more years of intermission is what we're currently looking at as a possibility. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. Like, I think Trump wants to change some stuff, but I don't know about you, but I've heard AG Barr say he's going to do stuff for a couple years now, and I haven't seen him do shit. Yeah, we're going after Hillary. We're going to get Hillary. Nah, you didn't get Hillary. We're going to go after these governors who are doing unconstitutional things. Well, you didn't get them either. We're going to make sure churches are open. Really? Because they're arresting people for going to church today. Well, I don't know about today, but you know what I mean, in this current time. Yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts. This country is crazy. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you like the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you got the notifications on. And please, biggest of all, make sure you share the link out for this thing so that other people can hear what's going on, so that they're with the agenda. They understand what's going on in this country. We got to get more people understanding. Raymond Rosenberry, yeah, the swamp doesn't want to be drained, and that's the problem. Trump is in there trying to drain the swamp with the swamp. I don't know what to tell you, man, but like, or any of us, like, we are not going to fix this system with the system. That's not going to happen. You're not going to fix the system by being part of the system. You're not going to fix the system by suing the system, using the system against itself. That's not going to happen. We have to take it back. Because that's the way it's supposed to be. We the people are supposed to have the most control, the most freedom in this country. We are supposed to have the most control. They are supposed to be representatives of us in government at every level. At every level, they are supposed to represent us and do so within the confines of the Constitution. That is what is meant by a constitutional republic that America is. The USA is a constitutional republic. It's supposed to be, anyway. We've gone so far from the Constitution. It's ridiculous today. The amount of gun laws that violate the Second Amendment are insane. The amount of laws that violate the First Amendment are insane. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, all of that. Hold on, what is that? Blue Eyes. Hey, I just saw something. Guantanamo Bay is ready for high-level prisoners. Anyone know anything? I have not heard that. Interesting. Sleeping masses. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look it up afterwards. Yeah. Chris Litt, exactly. Nothing happened. The swamp is bigger now. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, and people still expect that Trump's going to fix this for him. I can't tell you how many people I talk to on a daily basis that believe that once Trump's elected, it'll all get better. It won't. I don't care which way it goes. We're headed for craziness. When Trump gets elected, the left extremists are going to lose their fucking minds. Anarchy will reign. It will. And if Biden wins, communism reigns. It will be just as bad. It will be just as crazy. Mike Dano, do you blame the swamp for not wanting to be drained? They've been getting away with so much shit and making so much money, and we haven't said anything about it for years until now. Exactly. Yeah, Tom Jones, I think it will probably be worse. Honestly, yeah. T-Bird, we need real patriots running for office. Many candidates in our country run unopposed. Yeah, we do. But the problem is that there are so many offices and so few patriots and so few patriots to vote for them. And it's a money game now. You can't fix this system. This system has been rigged at this point. This is walking into that casino that they go to on the Indian reservation in Vegas Vacation. That's what this is. With Chevy Chase and Rusty, I think is the character's name. They go into Rusty's the son. I don't know, whatever. The wife's brother. They go into the casino, and it's totally rigged joke of a casino. That's what our government has become. It has become that. It is so rigged at this point. There is no coming back from it. We're not going to fix this. Electing patriots into office right now, number one, first off, they're just going to become part of the swamp. They're going to become part of the swamp, or they're going to be run out of office. That's it. They will be impeached, or they will end up being tricked into becoming part of the swamp. Those are the only two ways that happens. And second, that's if they even get in. That's if they even get in, because on the other side, let's go with they're not going to find enough patriots to vote for him. And B, there's not enough money to compete. You can't compete against millionaires and billionaires who just want to be a king. You can't compete against that. And that's what our system has become. It's become a money system. Yeah, actually, LFR, great point. Or they get blackmailed. Yeah. How do you think Schwarzenegger was run out? I'm sorry, but anybody who believes that, 20 years ago he knocked up the nanny or whatever, maybe 15 years ago, whatever, and they didn't know about that, get real. Get real. They released it when they released that information because he wouldn't go along with stuff. And he finally said, fuck you. I don't care. I'm not following your orders. That's what happened. And then, so they said, fine, then we'll release the information. And they released the information, and it ruined him, ruined his marriage, for a short time. He did a great comeback, quite honestly, because, that was one thing they forgot about, is when you're destroying the moral compass of society, the society doesn't care about immoral things as much. If that information had come out in the 80s, that would have destroyed his entire career, and he'd never come back. But when that's coming out in the early 2000s, who gives a shit? Who cares? That's normal now. You guys made it normal. John 33, war is coming. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sleeping masses. Money brings power, never responsibility. I agree. Responsibility is what we need to restore in this country. Greg Wiles sent, thank you. He sent me information on the refugee status. Yeah. Cousin Eddie. That's it. Mike Tano, Cousin Eddie, with the metal plates in his head. Yep. What was one of the things? All right. How many fingers do I have behind my back? No, you lose. How many fingers? No, you lose. How many fingers? This is government now. How many fingers are behind my back? You can't fix this by elections anymore. The system is too corrupt to do it. It's too far gone to fix it that way. Blue eyes. Q sent a message saying the plan is in motion. That's why Trump is sick. There's always something like that. There's always some kind of bullshit thing from Q. God. Q is a psyop, guys. Q is a complete psyop, psychological operation meant to control and quell any kind of uprising that there might be. It's meant to trick people into believing that everything is done for a reason, that everything's under control. It's all in the works for your best interest. What has gotten better? What in this country, and I'm not anti-Trump, okay? I'm not 100% a Trumpster. That I think he's the better option, but that's what sickens me, is that our choices every election are who's the least bad. Who is the least bad, right? That's constantly the thing. It's meant to trick you into believing that you don't need to do anything, that you don't need to be involved. The Avengers got it. The Avengers will handle it for you. That's what Q is. Q is a psychological operation meant to trick the masses, and it has worked beautifully. I can't tell you how many people believe that bullshit. Every time. 40 days of dark is coming. Okay, the internet's going down, guys. The internet's going down. Lights are going out. Everybody, oh my God. Yeah. And then it doesn't happen. We guessed wrong. I'm sorry, but you can't be wrong that many fucking times. Like, you're reading Nostradamus. Anybody check this shit out? Nostradamus was a favorite of mine, man. I like to follow that stuff, and I thought it was neat. Happy hour. Thank you, man. I used to like Nostradamus, but when you look at that stuff, the guy wrote little hidden, mystic messages, and you could change that shit whatever way you wanted. I mean, the brown fox is gonna attack the yellow hawk at high noon in the cloud. Oh, well, that means Napoleon was gonna attack Russia, and that he was gonna lose. What? How the hell do you get that? Well, I mean, Napoleon's sign was a fox, and Russia was a cloud, and the cloud was the snow, and blah. You just make shit up. The guy, what do you like about Trump over Biden? Just curious. I mean, number one, coherent thought. That would be the number one thing. I prefer coherent thought over senility. That. Bottom line. Number two, honestly, Trump at least is for the constitutional republic. He may not understand it. He may not have read the Constitution, but he likes it. As a capitalist, he likes it. He likes the free market. He likes the freedom. He does not like socialism and communism. Biden loves socialism and communism now. Why? Because he's told he loves them. That's why. And honestly, I'm still kind of at the same place I originally was. At least he hasn't been doing it forever and screwing it up forever. At least he's something different from what we've had. Biden's just more of the same. Like, anybody who's going to tell me Biden knows how to fix this country, oh my God, he's not going to. He's had 47 years to fix it. He had 8 years as the VP. Why didn't you tell fucking Obama how to do it? Why not? In 8 years, you didn't bother going, hey, brother, I know how we can fix this. Like, Obama just said, shut up, Joe. No, that ain't how it happened. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's my opinion. I mean, I'm not 100% for Trump. Because I don't believe that any politician is going to fix this. Putting our faith in any politician is a joke. I don't care whether they could be the perfect candidate. They're still a joke. The only confidence you should have is in we the people. We the people getting together and stopping this shit. That is the only thing that will actually fix this. That's it. So, let's see. What do we got? LFR. That's the thing. It's never over. It's an ongoing struggle. The guy, what do we need to do to fix this? Honestly, we need to get together. We have to be able to come together. Not just the right, not just conservatives. We need to come together as a country. We need to get the left, those in the left who see that there's something wrong. They just don't know how to fix it either. And we need to start getting together, and we need to start taking this country back. We need to start holding politicians, judges, lawyers, media, social media giants. We need to start forming in hundreds of thousands outside of their offices, yanking them out and forcing new people in who are going to follow the rule of law, which is the Constitution. That is the only way we're going to do it. You get one chance. You fuck up and violate our Constitution. That's it. There should have been an angry mob of 500,000 people outside of Pritzker's home ready to yank him out of there the day he put in these unconstitutional orders. But it wasn't there. Why? Because we're too gone. We're too gone as a country. Mike Dano, I think it is a trick or distraction. I just went to Rite Aid and they had full shelves of paper products. Tells me people are relaxed and not freaking out. You look, everyone still has a mask on. Yeah, exactly. They haven't had full shelves of paper products in 6 months. Yeah, I know. And you still can't find Lysol anywhere. All right. Check you out later, LFR. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got notifications on. We're about at the end here, so I'm going to wrap it up real quick. But most of all, make sure you're sharing this thing. Make sure you're sharing it out there as much as you can. Leonard Ross got a new t-shirt today. Says government mandated mind control device with a mask on the shirt. I love those. Actually, I wanted to get one of the masks that says that, but I'm hoping not to ever wear it, so I haven't bought it yet. But anyway, guys, the trick with all of this is getting us to come together. We have to be coming together. We have to get off our couches. We have to get out. So anybody anywhere near the Chicagoland area, any surrounding states, get your ass on October 9th, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to the Lake County Courthouse in Waukegan, Illinois. We are doing a Support Kyle rally outside that courthouse. I want to see at least minimum 50 people out there. I'm hoping I'm like blown away, and we have 2 to 3 times that, maybe 10 times that. That would be awesome. If we had 500 people show up out there, I'd shit myself right there. But we need to get everybody out there, okay? October 9th, 9 a.m., the Lake County Courthouse in Waukegan, Illinois. Okay, you can Google the address real quick. Just type in Lake County Courthouse, Waukegan, Illinois, and it'll give you the address. I think it's like 18 North Courthouse Road or something like that. But yeah, look it up and get out there. 9 a.m. October 9th. That's the next court date for Kyle. I want to see signs that say Free Kyle. I want to see signs that say PLM, Patriot Lives Matter. I want to see signs that say No Justice, No Peace. Free Kyle Rittenhouse. I want to see signs that say stuff like say his name, Kyle Rittenhouse. Screw it, steal the BLM shit. Why not? Let's take it and use it for ourselves. But anyway, that's it for the Patriot Hour, guys. Make sure you always keep it patriotic.